Hi guys, and welcome to Trading Card Talk on Monday. We have got a very, very, very special guest actually. This is Z and G. Should I call you Z? How should I do this?
You could say Z, you could say James. I'm sure most people now, they don't know it through that. So yeah, that's good.
So this is actually probably our sixth call together. It's the first one that we can formally introduce you as GradedGem USA. So if you guys haven't heard, James is the official partner of GradedGem over in the USA. It's usa.gradedgem.com.
us.gradedgem.com.
US. Oh, US. We forgot the A. That's not very good.
It's US, like us.
Us.
Graded
Okay.
Gems.
Yeah.
And James has some epic content on Z&G Emporium. If you don't watch that, it's basically our trading card talks turbocharged
And better in every way.
and better analysis. To be honest, it's we're basically like a watered down, diluted version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just two of us. We try and make up for it that way.
So if you enjoy that sort of content, make sure to go check it out because it is epic. Right, that was the introduction done. So I guess we're just gonna say hi to James, and I think we were gonna talk about your thoughts on like social media influencers, and also that epic base set first edition auction.
Yeah. They the one that went, I actually was like watching because I actually hadn't seen the live version before, where it, I just used to the eBay listings. It just ends and then it goes to like an auction where they actually, it's really formal. It's like, wow, Pokemon's kind of jumped up a level. It's like selling art pieces or something. It's kind of crazy.
Do you think that would be the future? Do you think because obviously these collectibles are tens of thousands of pounds now, or dollars, sorry, and doing that sort of thing on eBay, hundreds of thousands. Yeah, but even just normal cards, are like $10,000 each, and realistically, that's a big transaction for eBay. I mean, you've got a lot of trust there. The transaction fees are obviously big, but I've heard they're even bigger with the auction house. I think you were explaining on your video.
They I mean, I think it's definitely for higher end items. I mean, I don't see why. I mean, just like thinking about selling, as your collection keeps growing, mine, and I'm sure yours, and everybody who's had collections for a while, and it's like, man, this stuff is worth so much now. And it's like, do I just sell to a random person on eBay and I ship it and I hope it gets there correctly and I hope they don't lose it, and I hope it's not, on eBay you have shill bidders, that raise the price everywhere. And I mean, I don't know if it's I didn't do too much research on it, but I know I got some emails and some comments in that video about saying that, if someone doesn't pay, like the auction house will like either sue you or they'll like ban you, or there's a lot more consequences there, and it's a lot more, they'll ship it and they'll take care of everything. Whereas if you're just doing it on eBay, there's just a whole lot more risk. It's a lot more, I've sold things that are, on eBay. I remember selling like a BGS 9 first edition Charizard for like 13,000. And well, now it's probably like 20, just considering how crazy. And that was like a month ago. I sold that. But it's that was a little like, it was like, oh, so that's 13,000. Make sure I have to get it all right. But that's like, it's all taken care of. And even though it is a bigger premium, I mean, just can you imagine shipping something that's basically worth more than a car or a house, in some cases? I mean,
Plus, does it bring more people with like the kind of cash that can buy it if you're going to like a proper auction house and actually bidding in person, and then all of a sudden you're not just bidding against a number online, but I'm sitting there and I've got my little placard and I'm like 10,000. Connor's sitting next to me, he's like 11,000, and all of a sudden it's like rivalry. We're like, no, I want it. I think that's kind of cool. That's got to be fun, right?
Yeah. I would say so, and I would say so. With $198,000 is an insane amount of money, and I think it's crazy that that's the established price, considering the price increase of probably even the last 3 months, and to go to an actual auction house and get that is
mental.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. It's kind of established it there because now I don't know, I might be wrong, but it probably can't go lower than what that price was minus the auction fees anywhere else now. If you go and buy that box, you're not going to be able to negotiate it for a penny less than $160,000 because that's
I mean, the thing about the auction house too is that they kind of have their name behind it. You know, it's their brand. It's, you know, makes it easier for buyers to buy too. I mean, like there's a base set box on eBay for $190,000. Plus, it gives 2 unlimited boxes, which sounds like it's like, oh, it's a better deal. But then again, it's not backed by an auction house. You don't really. And I know David Adams Card World has one for $200,000. You know, it's right around there. So this auction house kind of gives that, you know, little bit of a different premium feel. I've gotten a lot of emails and messages about who bought it. Apparently it was. This is not, you know, I don't have complete confirmation, but someone said that they have the guy, he was FaceTiming while he was doing it. It's apparently, you know, Logan Paul, you know, one of the.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, apparently he bought it and he's going to open it and open the packs.
Right. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just going to give Logan a quick call.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of messages from a lot of different people about that, and apparently the guy who sold him the $60,000 worth of stuff knows that he bought that. But I mean, if it is and he opens it, that's another, you know, base set box off the board.
I'll be honest as well.
I think I heard he's actually meeting with Gary too. The you know, the Charizard Pawn.
Well, it's nothing to him, isn't it? It's nothing to someone like Logan Paul. That amount of money, $200,000, he can throw that at the Pokemon just to make a video. He'll spend that to make a video.
But if he does open it on a video, and he's not going to do it on, you know, if he does open that for a video, that's going to get at least 5 million views, which
I'm guessing more.
Which 10, at the end of the day, Pokemon doesn't have that level of exposure. It's got Leon Hart is probably the biggest YouTuber.
Unlisted Leaf as well.
Unlisted Leaf, but they're not getting 5 million views on a video, are they? Are they?
No, well, look, I think Logan and Dragon much
probably
more.
their top.
Yeah.
Get 1 million just by, you know.
But he'll get 5 mil straight out the gate.
Yeah, straight out the gate. No. So.
And if 5 million people see it and they don't have any idea of the value of Pokemon cards, which most people still don't, I think I forget a lot of the time. I always think, everyone knows the prices of Pokemon cards, but like that's just not the case. Like most people have no idea the value of first edition WotC cards. They are crazy valuable if you've got them in PSA 9, PSA 10 condition, and if that just makes people even more aware. And then the thing is, if Logan Paul does it, what happens when the 1 million subscriber channel does it? You know, the smaller channels start to jump in, and they start to buy booster boxes because it gets views. So you could definitely see an acceleration from that, where just one big fish gets it. He's probably one of the biggest there is.
So if we do it 10,000 subs this year, it's thanks to Logan. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Well, James already hit 10,000 subs very recently, didn't you? So congratulations there. We want to hit 5,000 by the end of the year. So if you're watching, you better be subscribed.
But it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy how, you know, just one or two big people coming in and putting exposure, which could trickle down to, you know, people who really forgot about it, you know, and it's like, oh, wow. And especially with the times we're in, you know, you're just sitting inside watching YouTube all day or, you know, something like that, you know, it's like, oh, well, let me just throw some money there. And, you know, it might help not only, you know, modern booster box prices, you know, because, you know, they're a lot cheaper. They might be more people investing in that, or there'll be more, you know, big fish watching, like you said, and want to, you know, spend their money. So it's, you know, it can keep snowballing. I don't know how far down the hill the snowball can go, you know. I mean, going from, I mean, a base set first edition box you'd have gotten for in the 60,000s last year, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how far it can go, but you know, it's a limited item. You know, it's everyone that's open. That's a new. It can be a new price, but I mean, you know, I've seen, you know, first edition PSA 10 base set Charizards. A couple people offer, you know, 100,000 or more on that card, and that card once again was, you know, what, half that price last year or less.
Well, I don't know about you, when I entered the hobby, it was $5,000. So if I think I worked out, I think if I bought that one card and did nothing else, I would have done better. If I went out there and was like, you know what, I'll just drop $5,000 on this one card and not care about Pokemon ever again, I could have just done that.
Loaded.
Yeah, I could have just done that. You've obviously have you had one come across your path?
The Charizard.
Yeah.
I know some guy who has it who's been selling me his stuff slowly. At the time, he was like, maybe like 40,000 or 50,000. Now he's definitely probably 100. I'm more of a kind of, I'm selling his stuff for him, kind of like a consignment thing. So it might come through me one day where I'll sell it for him and to whoever wants it. But I think at this point, I've kind of not given up on that goal, but I just I'm not sure what goals I have really at this point. I have the first edition box, which is what I wanted initially, and I have some heavy packs, which would I kind of got the heavy packs as insurance, like never to open the base set box, just in case I ever got really stupid and wanted to open a pack.
The thing is, it would only take one night for you to have too many. But whatever. And you literally would be like, oh, and then if you accidentally even just create a little air bubble, it would be.
I was just thinking about, how I like maths in general?
Yeah.
He said that it could go through you as a consignment basis at some point, right? Isn't it crazy to think your consignment fee would probably be more expensive than what you could have bought it for?
Yeah.
Like $100,000 consignment fee, I don't know, even if it's just 5%.
Yeah. Well, that's what most.
That's what you could have bought that card for. That's crazy.
I don't want to do this podcast. I'm going to go now. Do you find also it's so obviously you do consignments. We used to do them, and we phased that out. We're hopefully going to bring it in again because GradedGem's so busy. As you found out this month, GradedGem was incredibly popular over there. Have you found that people, even though it hasn't hit $100,000, have you found people have been like, well, this is still an appreciating card, so therefore I don't want to sell it? And I'm in a similar position as you. I completed all my goals about a year ago, apart from a few cards which I'll eventually get my hands on. And do you find that and people are like, well, they're just holding back because they just continue to appreciate, and you could lose tens of thousands of dollars in value in your collection in a matter of months if you sold now?
Yeah, I see that. I mean, especially I always see these people like on forums or like there'll be people that email me about, do you have this, or do you know anybody who has this? And there's always like a group of people that are always like, I don't know, 10 to 15% below the asking price. Yeah, and they always, it's like they'll ask, it's like when the Charizard was 20,000, they'll say like, well, I'll pay 15. And then when it's 50, they'll pay 40. And then when it's 100, it's like, I'll pay 80. They're always like they're just behind, what it is. And those people like always seem to keep, rolling. So, those people that are selling, it's like, well, they'll just keep rising. And especially with first edition base, it's, like we were saying, or like I was saying before, and I've heard a lot of other people say, it's like, it's, those are like the rookie cards. Those are, the original ones that people, so like if I was ever to buy, which I won't, like Magic the Gathering, like the ones I know, or like the Power 9, those are the ones I know. I don't really know anything else.
The Lotus card.
And it's the stuff that you, people outside of Pokemon know. They know the base set box. They know like the unlimited base set box keeps going, up and up and up because. That's what people outside the hobby or people who, want to make a big investment, that's the original one. Even though there were a ton of those printed, just the demand is way high,
But the thing is, the base set unlimited's an odd one because for me as a collector, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Who's been in the hobby for 4 or 5 years. It doesn't make a lot of sense because how many of them were around 4 or 5 years ago? Hundreds. You could get on eBay and, type it in. Oh, there's one. And they're all there. And like they were kind of a nostalgic item that maybe you spent a bit of money on, you enjoyed the opening. And now they're worth $10,000, and plus and rising. And you kind of think that that's not a value because of the cards inside them.
No.
That value is all based on the nostalgia and, like you said, people outside the hobby. I would never drop that sort of cash on that, even ever, because it doesn't make any sense in my head, and I don't think it makes a lot of sense to collectors. But from outside, I think it makes tons of sense. It was the original set, right?
Right. And I think a lot of things, like the evil people who break open boxes and sell the packs like me, and, like Bogey Rev and all those, people who break open the boxes. I know personally, from opening all these boxes, I know if I open a base set box, it's going to sell. It's going to sell quickly. And there's no problem. So it's a lot of those too. It's like, oh, if a base set box comes through and it's, X price, it's like, yeah, sure. Even if it's like around a little less than market, it's fine because you can just open it up and sell it because people really want to open it for their YouTube channels. They just want to open nostalgia, or they want to just keep it sealed. Whereas, there are other boxes, like I was talking about my video, like, like Gym Heroes First Edition. Like I know that's such a slow seller. And even if it's below value, I'm like, I'm just going to pass on it. Or something like, not so much anymore, but like Neo Discovery, it was just, you bought it and then it sat there forever, to sell. So it's certain sets that, and it's just the way the market is.
They're not exciting.
Hey, Gym Heroes is blooming exciting.
Yeah, we love Gym here. But as from the sealed packs point of view, you can understand why it's not exciting.
Yeah.
Gym Challenge, you can pull a Charizard. Gym Heroes, you can pull a Moltres. It's not as exciting.
No, for sure.
Yeah, and the value comes from the low pop PSA 10s from Gym Heroes, where the value doesn't come in the excitement and the interest in opening that booster box.
Yeah, that's why I must say, like, it's always just, if you just have one big hitter in the box, it's a pretty, even though, like you said, like there are a lot of the Gym Heroes that are worth a lot, like Brock and Rocket Scyther and Moltres, but you don't have that one big hitter. Like Jim has it with Charizard, and Jungle has the Evolution, the Vaporeon and the Snorlax are worth a ton, and people love those. Fossil has a Dragonite, Dark Charizard with Team Rocket, the Blaine's Charizard with Jim. Like Gym Heroes, Whereas then you got Neo Genesis, it's got two big hitters now with the Typhlosion, but there's the Lugia, which is always big.
Yeah.
And then the Discovery, and it kind of like,
we don't like Neo Discovery very much.
You got the first Shinings and Neo Rev, even though Neo Revelation is also has always been very slow. I opened two of those and they were just, they just didn't really sell. So,
do you think that's because
Neo Destiny,
no one goes for first edition holos from Neo Revelation? Neo Destiny is amazing. It's the best set ever. Just to finish your point, but Neo Rev. Do you think it's because, for me, the two cards I'd want from that set are the Shining Magikarp and the Shining Gyarados?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's nothing else in it.
Right. But there's the legendary dogs. But
they're the things you really want, right?
Yeah, those are the only ones you care about. I would say so. So I can see why, from a sealed pack point of view, it wouldn't be that interesting. Because you get a Mischievous.
Yeah. It was. There was a time, like, I sold even my last box, which is like, I was like, I'm not going to buy any more of these boxes, because the last box I sold, this guy, he bought like 11 packs and he got one holo. So that means that the rest of the packs had a pretty good distribution. And I told people that. It's like, and he's like, too, he's like, oh, you better tell your, people that it's a pretty good distribution for the rest of them. And still didn't. It still took forever to sell them. So, it just kind of depends. It seems like that those big hitters, which is why, I just had a video about the Champions Path. They're going to have two big hitters in that.
They've got the really nice look. A lot of people hate it. I really like the Shiny Charizard look. It looks like the anime Charizard.
Yeah, that one and the VMAX Rainbow Charizards. They have two big hitters, which that's going to create a lot of hype around that.
One of them's the promo, right? Is that, am I right?
No, that's a third one. That's a third.
Oh, that's another one.
Trainer box,
okay.
Yeah. So there's three. So there's going to be, I think the GradedGem, there's going to be quite a few Champions Path coming through there.
Hey, just so everyone knows, on UK GradedGem, mini sets don't count towards the latest main set special. Apologies. But yeah. So the Charizards will be normal price.
Yeah. So I guess I get the good. Right, let's talk. Sorry. A good thing for us is to kind of understand. So we're in the UK, which is obviously a lot smaller country than the USA. And over here, stuff comes out and it goes like that.
We get sucky promos as well. Yeah, in comparison, we don't get anywhere near as much stuff.
But it sells out. So it sells out because obviously they're importing a certain amount depending on demand of the previous set, and they're importing it because none of it's made here. So therefore, you know, you're going based on the demand of the last set, and you import a certain amount. That's what the importers do. It sells out here almost immediately on all of our sites and everything. Like it's a rampage. If it's in Tesco, which is our supermarket, there's literal fights over Hidden Fates tins.
Really?
Yeah. Is it like that in America? Is the stuff just not available, or is it plentiful if you put your money where your mouth is?
I mean, are you talking about more? Are you talking about the modern?
Modern, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's just on eBay. I mean, you just basically buy it on eBay. It's really easy. I've never had a problem at all. There's like a ton of listings, and you just buy it, and it's usually around what usually boxes, normal modern booster boxes are like $80 to $90, whatever they are. Hidden Fates were tins. I can't remember. They're like, I don't know what they are anymore, but they were like $30 to $40, like $8, $9, $10 a pack.
So we have what I like to call a Pokemon Premium over here in the UK. So a PSA 10 of exactly the same card can sell for, let's say, $4,000 in the US, and then somehow it's £4,000 over here.
Yeah, which is more like $4,300.
Yeah,
right. More.
So it's almost like a tax on any PSA cards or any product, I would say.
Yeah.
To get like Cosmic Eclipse packs now from the UK, it's actually cheaper for me to just import a bulk load from the US.
Well, yeah, it's because we have to pay a 20% premium, right? Like just
that's
via VAT.
That's what kills you.
Yeah,
because I don't ship to the UK. I mean, even though there are a lot of people that say, "Hey, I buy booster packs," I'm like, I can't, because you're gonna want to like declare it as a gift or declare it as zero, and you're gonna have to pay that import tax, and it's about, once you get the import tax, it's basically kind of that inflated, your Pokemon tax you're talking about. Because I update the Z&G Emporium website with all the prices of stuff, which I haven't done this month. I haven't had time, but I will.
We apologize.
Yeah. But, a lot of those things, it's like, I'll put prices on there about the average of what I'm seeing. And sometimes people email and say, oh, well, this sold for this price. I'm like, well, that was a UK listing. That doesn't count, because they're more because they don't, they're more just because if they're going to buy something over here, they're going to pay more with the taxes, that the import tax. So you're right. It definitely is a lot more expensive over there.
Yeah, but that's not just Pokemon. Like, I know you've not been to America Con, but like, so for example, Abercrombie and Fitch t-shirts, right? Here they're like 50 quid a shirt. I went to America and I bought two for $15. Like, that's just how it works.
So when we come and visit you over in Phoenix, what we'll do is we'll bring in two massive luggage carton things, and we'll just go to the closest Walmart.
We'll have to get a full cargo plane.
Yeah,
we'll
just shove it in, just keep pushing it
Best
in.
Buy, Target, Walmart, we'll wipe them all.
Yeah, and then we'll see if you Americans don't believe out of stock is a thing.
You can bring some card savers this way, and you can empty it.
Hey, grade fits.
Some graded fit, and then you can bring that.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. We're definitely gonna come over, when the world is a little bit more normal, and we're definitely gonna buy a lot of promos and packs, because there's just so much stuff that's released in America that we just don't get here.
Yeah,
we're like, you get an Elite Trainer box and a tin. I'm like, okay, yeah, thanks for that. Really appreciate it.
It's even worse for Europeans on the mainland.
Oh yeah,
because like they don't get it. Like, we have stuff sold in our supermarkets and stuff. I just don't think it's a fact. In France, I think they charge like €30 a tin. So I think they have it even worse over there, and the import taxes for some reason are exactly the same as the UK, but they don't seem to translate into the same pricing. For some reason, they just make more profit on whatever they sell in mainland Europe. Don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are having next year, well, if it happens, the Worlds. Right?
We're so excited. If it comes around, are you going to come over, James? That's the real question. For Worlds.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Mandatory for GradedGem.
Yeah. Every GradedGem member has got to come over, and we'll go to Worlds.
Oh yeah. I'll put it on my expense report. I'll put on my expense report to GradedGem. Yeah.
That's fine.
First class tickets. But yeah, I mean, maybe you guys will get kind of exclusive, promos and stuff like that'll come with that. But
did you see what game released in the UK? So they've released an Eevee wearing an England football kit today.
Oh, the promo.
I think that's today, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to spend like £15 on Pokemon products and you get the promo, which I think is kind of cool. We finally got a promo. I mean, we had a Pokemon store. We didn't get a promo there. But we've got an England kit wearing Eevee.
We did get a Pokemon store, which obviously the US...
We got a Pokemon store, but no promo cards.
Yeah, but we did get... London hosted a Pokemon store, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Did you see the lines on that? I don't know if you...
The queue.
Yeah, so the queue was 10 hours long.
What?
Yeah.
If you got there after 9 a.m, you wasn't allowed to queue because the queue was too long and the shop would have been shut. They also limited it to one of each item for 5 items total after the first day. So we went on the first day where it was just one of every item and you can buy as many items as you want. So we bought pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So how long has that been going on?
Oh, it was there for a month. It was there for November.
I mean like these huge lines and people fighting each other. Like, how long has this been going on?
It's probably when was it last year for the Pokemon store?
It's November.
So when we saw the Pokemon store queue, I think it hit me how big this Pokemon thing is. Like, it was like, because they only let out a tiny little store, and they had 2 levels, one for the game and one. It was a tiny shop.
It was cool though.
It was cool, but it was a tiny shop.
It was really small.
And you just think, why would you have so many people lining up to go into this tiny shop?
People were flying from all over the country as well. Like, people in the GradedGem like community were going, oh yeah, I'm over in London. Like, I got a plane over just for a few days, and my hotel is like next to the tube, which is connected straight to the right supermarket just to get there. And we're like, what? What? Okay.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's really, that's good to hear, because I mean, there's a lot of talk about, oh, this is Pokemon marketing a bubble, and is it just big fish who are coming and spending money? But if it's just like this groundswell of just like all these people, there's big and small, that's really healthy, for the.
I think our nerdishness has just been accepted worldwide now. I think it's okay to be a nerd. I think that's what it is. I think people have just gone, yeah, it's fine.
The bubble is an interesting point though, because obviously the growth has been stupid. When we talk about Gym Heroes first edition, I love to bring Gym Heroes up because it had the biggest arc ever on Pokemon price. It was $4,000, and then it went.
It's basically the Blaine's Moltres as well. It just went whee.
It was $18,000 the month after. And obviously, if that happened in any other asset class, you would be like, it's a bubble.
Sell.
Right.
That's usually what you'd be like.
That's true.
If that happened to a stock, that'd be gone.
Right. I mean the only thing with Pokemon is that at least you have some kind of connection to it, and you have it. Whereas stock, you buy a stock because you want to make money. Period.
Exactly.
There's no other reason that you have, unless you just you're buying some stock that you really like, or let's say it's your company, whatever. But for the most part, you buy stock just to make money. Whereas this, you might want to display it, you might want to hand it down to someone, you might just enjoy it just to look at it. So that kind of gives it a little bit of a shield versus that bubble. But you're right. I mean, there are just so many examples where you can give of like the Red Cheeks PSA 10 first edition Pikachu was like in March was like $300 something. Now it's like $8,000.
Connor just nearly spat out his drink.
No, what? $8,000?
Oh, there. I know of. I think I want to say 5 or 6 sales at 7,500 or above.
And we're just using cards as a set piece.
What
is going on?
Yeah.
My goodness! So
I could buy a small planet.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like first edition, Jungle Pikachus are selling just a ton of them for like $400, $500. We're talking like a common in Jungle first edition. EVs are selling for $300, $400 first edition Jungle. Like Meowth is like $100 or $200. I mean, these are common cards in Jungle.
Meowth's payday.
So I've still got binder first edition sets, which I've just left because I'm just like. Yeah. I graded the hollows. Cool.
Yeah. And
so I'm going to go upstairs now.
I mean, it really is a supply and demand issue, because they're selling for that. But then again, like, I searched like yesterday and there were no Jungle Pikachus available on eBay. No EVs. They're just out there. So anybody who has one just throws it up there and it's sold. So there's probably a lot of people, like you, like anybody who has these things just lying around, like I did a video. It was like, hey, you remember all that worthless bulk you have? Now it's worth more than your car. I think that was my title of my video.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's like, you know, people have all this stuff, and it's basically a time issue where, you know, there's a lot of people that have it who might be starting to submit it now. They're seeing all those prices, but then again, PSA, you know, if you just send it through regular bulk, is going to take, you know,
4, 5, 6 months. Yeah.
Whatever. So you have that gap of time that those people who have it can probably cash it big, you know.
And then supply hits the market, and oh no.
Right.
But PSA isn't necessarily backlogged because of Pokemon.
No, not
it's backlogged because of sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people are theorizing there's going to be a huge supply coming back from PSA.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what that supply is: Hidden Fates, Evolutions, and
Face Unlimited.
And
or WotC Unlimited.
It's an unlimited WotC. We have not got. I mean, I don't know about your. I didn't watch every single submission video and every single minute. I do apologise for that, James. But
don't worry, I don't really watch many of your submission videos either.
Blasphemy.
I don't submission videos. I've said it in my videes. I was like,
true.
you know, this is really ranting. I don't find it to be that top quality content, but I'm gonna do it. You know, because you guys like it. But yeah, it's
But I didn't get a load of first edition cards come through. We probably had a submitter from every month who submitted a really high quality collection.
Full set, yeah.
Or
a couple of full sets.
Of one WotC first edition set.
But even then, like, we're not seeing, like, even just going outside the first edition WotC, we're not seeing loads of Skyridge and loads of Aquapolis. Like, we're not seeing loads of E-Series. We're not seeing loads of, like, we're seeing more Team Rocket and more Jungle and Fossil, but we're not seeing loads of base first edition at all, or even Shadowless.
It's those videos with the ones with Mr. Kangaskhan, where we showed the 10,000. You know, those Charizards coming back. I think it gives
ridiculous returns.
Yeah, but it gives off the impression.
Yeah,
there's 100 of them at PSA waiting to come back.
There's not.
No, the reason why that
the
reason why that video did so well, and he was so gassed about the return, was because
started using my word.
I do apologise. Is because those cards are extremely rare, and I'm of the fact that prices could retrace. They could a little bit. I think because obviously you've got all these big hitters. Of course they could, but on the other hand, they could also explode again. Especially with, you know, if Logan Paul's bought that base.
If Logan Paul is, or like anyone in that kind of circle, if KSI bought it, Logan Paul bought it, any of the big YouTube names, then that next box is probably selling for $250,000.
Yeah, it's
just going to go up.
You're right. I mean, the same thing with me. I mean, it was mostly Hidden Fates, Evolutions, and the ones like the WotC that came through were normally unlimited. If they were first edition, you know, I didn't take them out to do any, pre-grades, but I would just, you know, kind of look at the back and kind of shine under a little bit through the card saver, and most of them had scratches or whitening. You know, it wasn't like just mint sets just coming through.
No,
you know,
and that's just because the supply is not there.
Also, James, you need to let us know if you get a PSA 10 Evolutions Charizard Holo, because we have been waiting for that for like 2 years to come through the service, and not one has got a 10 yet. So you need to let us know.
Yeah. There were quite a few that came through.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we always get them back in 9s.
Yeah,
like pretty much 95 probably percent of the time, they're 9s.
Yeah.
I want to see that 10.
Whenever we do a pre-grade, we just go 8/9 because it's like, it's probably going to be a 9.
Because it can be like spotless, but it's probably a 9.
Probably a 9.
Well, I have a guy who's submitting a whole lot of cards, and he's older. He's like in his 60s, and he was investing in like 1999. You know, he was probably 40 years old, so he was like hardcore, and he's sending in some stuff that's I know he's sending in a PSA 9 first edition Charizard that he cracked like 20 years ago. So
wow.
It's a mint one. So it's possible. It's, you know, maybe it'll regrade to 10. I don't know, but we'll see on that one.
That'll
Obviously,
be a video.
A little higher, tier on that one.
That's a thumbnail right there. Just saying.
But yeah, most of it is true. It's not really much of anything. I could see, like you said, I mean, unlike the holos that probably the supply isn't out there, you know, those common cards that are like $100, people have a lot of those. So I can see those definitely going down. But you know, the holos, I could see it retracing a bit, but once again, if more big money comes in and there's still people fighting at the supermarket, like you said, I don't really see it going.
I tell you what I've seen a lot of when I've been doing submissions and submission videos. The weird, like, kind of more out there promos. You know, like the old Japanese promos that you barely used to see like any of. But like even the Lucky Stadium cards, like all the different million stadium cards, the ones with the Onyx and all that stuff. Like we're seeing that more and more often. We're seeing all the kind of like Masaki promos and the vending series. Seeing loads more of that Cardass stuff as well. Topsun. Like I think it's hard for people to get a hold of the WotC first edition, so they're going for like the alternative stuff like we spoke about before.
Yeah. Well, I do a lot of that.
I know you, Connor. I know early on in your YouTube, you would basically do it like me, right? You'd go out and you try to find mint sets, and then you grade them, and then that's kind of how you did it. And then you either flip it or keep the PSA cards, that you grade. And that's, I don't know if you're just, completely into, consumed with GradedGem, or if you still kind of do that. But I've tried, but there's just no supply out there anymore. I just can't find those mint sets. And if you do, it feels like you're winning the lottery.
So I guess when a good example is Near Destiny, that took me a year and a half to complete. And over that, I went through 5 first edition sets, raw.
Yeah.
Where on earth would I find 5 first edition sets raw now? Please tell me. In a year and a half, I'd be lucky to complete it with singles. It's just not going to happen. That's.
Well, look at you now. So the Blastoise and the Gengar.
Yeah, we'll have to
like you physically couldn't do it. Like there's not supply. You can't buy the packs anymore because they're stupidly priced. So you're just like, as PSA 10 up for sale, I guess I'll just buy it.
Yeah, and then it's on to the next thing, which we will do a collecting journey type video.
Yeah, we are going to do a collecting journey, actually, because we want to update everyone.
Today, I just want to say it's been a pleasure having you on, James. It's been really good chat to you. It's been nice to actually finally do this.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, this has been going on for a while. But we also want to thank you for your work with GradedGem on the US. And if, guys, you are in the US and you want to submit cards with GradedGem, this is now James. So go and check it out. He talks about it a lot on his channel as well.
Links are in the description below, by the way, everybody. I know that we've left it till the end to talk about it, but the links are there.
Yes, they will be. So many thanks, James.
Many thanks.
Sounds good.
See you in a bit. Bye, guys.
Bye.